Welcome back to How to Cake It. This week I would like to discuss the 3 most delicious cakes I've ever made on this channel. I'm not gonna lie, Orhan and I had an all-out debate about this. Because first of all, there's way more than 3 delicious cakes on this channel. This is gonna have to be a trilogy. And you know what sucks? It's not like you guys can eat it at home with us. So unless you've made them yourself, you can't really vote. You could tell us which one looked the most delicious. So Orhan's vote is alternate. Can we just start again? Orhan's vote is ultimate hibernation cake. How many times have we put ultimate in the title? I think hibernation cake is really delicious because it is basically a combination of different desserts built into a cake. That being said, it's the most volatile. Like, it was shaky. And after we shot it, this one I shot with Sasha, I put it in the fridge as I normally do, and we started to clean up and we heard it fall over. But it's a combination of brownie, cherry cheesecake, and then this version had Oreos and chocolate ganache. It had everything you could want. Like a fudgy, chewy brownie, chocolate ganache sandwich with Oreo cookies. So there's kind of like, a family favorite treat inside. Cheesecake with an awesome graham cracker and pretzel crust. And then the cherry pie filling is a bit of fruit in there. And it was all of that twice. That's the best part of eating this. Every bite could taste different. Because you could have like cheesecake and Oreo, then cherry and brownie, then like every single bite, depending on how you make the combination, tastes different. And you can switch it up. If you don't like Oreos, you could bake chocolate chip cookies and put chocolate chip cookies in. And you can also bake it lower. Obviously, all the mega cakes are like extreme, ultimate is what they are. But you could just do like a brownie, your favorite cookie, and a cheesecake on top with your favorite cheesecake topping. And it could be a lower cake. On the channel, there's a cheesecake in the middle and a cheesecake on top. And when the cheesecake softens, it still tasted great. I don't even remember how we came up with this. We were just talking about, when winter comes, and that's the time of year, well, here anyway, where you don't really want to go out, it's cold, you've already had so much going on in December with Christmas and the holidays, that January just kind of feels like, and you just want to stay inside and Netflix and chill and eat a hibernation cake. That's why we called it hibernation. Tell me if this is true, living in Canada now. There's something biologically at that time of year that doesn't allow you to be good. Like meaning like when it's January, I'm not, running and eating salads.
I don't know if that's true because a lot of people have like their New Year's resolution.
But I think that's why they don't succeed. Because it's the time of year. If we were in Australia and it was summer, it'd be different.
January here isn't there.
January, it's honestly, New Year's feels like this. Yay, New Year's! And we're like, oh, it's the same day. Okay, I picked a newer cake for the second cake, and I think it's because this cake is very fresh in my mind. It also holds, I guess, a core memory for me because when I was a kid, this is one of the treats I'd always beg my mom to buy me to put in my lunchbox. Canadian treat. It is my passion flaky cake. So a passion flaky is this little lunchbox treat that is puff pastry, and then on the inside there's a cream and a berry filling. I did a vanilla cake. I made a raspberry jam from scratch. And then for this cake, I strained out the seeds because the jam that's inside a flaky is more like a jelly. You could make this cake because you're just baking the cake. You can use a cake mix, fine. It won't be as sturdy. Then you just buy frozen puff pastry and cut it into circles the same size as your cake. Fill with egg wash, sprinkle some sugar on top, bake it. And then, even if you don't want to make jam, you could buy a really good quality jam. And then whipped cream. You just whip the cream with some icing sugar to sweeten it slightly since there's so much sweetness in the jam. And you just... This cake was delicious. Oh, I forgot, because the flakies were apple raspberry, I also sauteed apples, which is one of my I'm so glad I forgot that was in this cake, because when we were having our debate, Orhan, I was going to say fall harvest or something like it should be.
Fall harvest was so good too.
Yeah, it's really good. And it is, for me, the sauteed apples. That's another thing that's really good on my cheesecake during like we just had Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving or Christmas, I'll make my cheesecake, saute apples, put them on a paper towel, and then I'll do sauteed apples on top of the cheesecake and caramel. So this cake, you get that nice caramelized cooked apple. It's kind of like all the best reasons why you like an apple pie, but in a cake.
Yeah.
And then you get the tart flavor of the raspberry jam, softness of the whipped cream, the flaky pastry, and cake. Of course, this is how to cake it. This cake was stellar. Is this the episode where I kept eating it at the end? I couldn't stop eating it. Stellar. I took it home. My son had no notes. He's very spoiled. It's not really fair. He's very spoiled. Oh my gosh, I'm salivating just looking at it. It was so good. I want to make it again. Oh boy, the next cake. The next cake is delicious, and you know it's delicious because I've actually made several versions of this cake on the channel. It's the Nutella cake. You know what? This is actually how you know. Flaky cake obviously is not in here because I made it after the book, but I do have a Nutella cake in here. I couldn't call it Nutella, but I have a chocolate hazelnut cake. It's just the more like refined version.
It's the adult version.
It's the adult version, but it has all the same elements. It has chocolate cake. Then you can use, you know, the hazelnut wafers that you find at any supermarket, super popular. Then I make a hazelnut meringue, which to me is the best part of this cake because it adds so much texture with the hazelnuts and just the general sort of flaky, crumbly texture of the meringue next to dense chocolate cake and wafers and Nutella. And now you know what else is cool? There's a lot of Nutella treats. Like there's a lot of different chocolate bars with Nutella. I topped this one with Ferrero Rocher, but any way that you like chocolate and hazelnuts. So this one is iced in a Nutella buttercream. So you could just fold Nutella into Italian meringue buttercream, and that's what I iced the outside with. Well, did I do it in chocolate buttercream? No, it was just Italian meringue and Nutella.
Like regular Italian?
Yeah.
There it is. See what you're doing?
I'm seducing you all. This is one of the most versatile, delicious cakes. Did I say it was delicious?
Is this one delicious or is the flaky one delicious?
See, this is where this gets difficult because the flavor profiles have nothing in common. Like the Nutella is so rich and chocolatey and nutty, and then you have all the texture. The flaky cake is like, I want to eat it on a summer's day.
Yeah.
It's delicious. You know what else I have to say, and I should have put up a better fight, but this is going to have to be a trilogy. There needs to be some sort of a lemon cake in this mix because I have loved all of the lemon cakes. These are the first 3 most delicious cakes we've picked. Let me know if you agree in the comments, and if there's any flavor profiles I haven't caught on to or made on the channel, leave your suggestions below. And I'll see you next week.